Okay, so this video will look at basically importing data from a text file into an Access database when we've already created a table. So I've got the table created here. I've gone and customized those, so those are all set up with the right data formats. I'm going to close that table and I want to import this text file. Key thing to note is that all of the column headings must be exactly the same as the field headings. Note in this one, the expiry date, the text file is actually expiry date, not expiry dates. So we should an error when we do this. So we're going to get external data. I want to import a new data source from file, text file. I'm going to browse to where that is. So look at where you've got that file saved. And I want to import it and append a copy to the table I choose. So I'm going to choose orders in this case. Use delimited. We're going to run through a little bit of a wizard. By default, it'll probably pick the right one, but if it hasn't, work your way through, look at the different ones. Comment. Okay, in this one we've got the first row contains field names, so I'm going to match those up. And import and get our orders. And it's giving me an error. Field expiry date doesn't exist in destination table orders. So it's going to try and work in. And it says, okay, we didn't work. Because the expiry date wasn't there. So I'm going to switch into design view and modify that so that that field name is exactly the same as what's in the text file. So run through that same process again. Text file, append to orders, okay. Browse and choose the file, okay. Next, make sure first row's got field names. Next, and finish. And if it works, we should now have, when we open up the table, everything imported. What's nice about this, it's all sorted. We can do filters. So I might put a date filter. Let's get all of the orders from last year, and it's got filtered out so we can't see any of those. So we can actually tell that there are 2,249 orders from last year. Let's see if there were any for this year. So we might clear that date filter and let's just go year to date. Oh, we've got a bunch of orders from this year as well. And there are 1,200 there. So we've got a bunch of information which is quite useful. Now, sometimes it can be quite time consuming actually setting up that table yourself. So I'm just going to quickly show how to create that table without having to do the initial configuration. So we're going to go from file, text file, browse to the orders. This time we're going to into a new table in the current database. Okay, delimited. Once again, first row contains field names. Next, this one we've got to go through and actually set up the data types as we do it. So the order number, yep, that's going to be short text. City number is short text. Date and time, short text. So we've got to go through each of the columns and make sure that they are set up correctly. Card number, sometimes they'll be picked up as a number. We've got to make sure that they're stored as short text and expiry date. Once you've got all those correct, we can go through and finish. We might choose our primary key, so the unique ID. You could also let Access add one. If we've got one, let's use it. So next, and then finish. That goes and imports all that same data. What we then have to do is, after the fact, go and add in, so the order number was going to have an input mask of 3 letters and 6 numbers. So we have to go and add those validation rules at the end. Okay, that's it for this part of basically importing data. Next, we'll look at how to set up and create queries.